feeling safe in your body, or how feeling worthy or feeling enough, like all these internal things, judgment, like so much internal reflects how we look on the outside. Hey y'all, so today I want to talk about why your health, your beauty, your confidence, your style, your weight, why it is all connected to your internal being, So, story time. I remember a while ago, I was observing a conversation, and there were a few people in a conversation. They were talking about weight, they were talking about health, and they were talking about, their confidence. And they mentioned that they secretly felt like if they lost a lot of weight, that they would become a target, basically saying like they wouldn't feel safe. They would feel like a target. They would feel like maybe someone would be out to get them, etc. So in this moment, I observed that they associated being their dream, looking their dream size and their dream body. They associated that with being unsafe, which means potentially that the weight they are carrying is more of a security blanket. And when I look at myself, so I've lost about 40, 35, close to 40 pounds now. And when I look back, when I was that size, 40 pounds heavier than I am now, I know for sure looking back that for me, it was a security blanket. It was a way for me to feel safe. There were parts of me deep in my body that knew like something is off here. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe in my surroundings. I don't feel safe in these relationships. So naturally, what does your body does? It puts on weight. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's kind of like a protective mechanism. So it's actually really brilliant. But this just proves how feeling safe in your body, or how feeling worthy or feeling enough, like all these internal things, judgment, like so much internal reflects how we look on the outside. And when you really think of it, the internal is everything. The internal is everything. Even when it comes to beauty, style, the Met Gala was on yesterday. To really step up into your next level, you have to feel worthy. You have to feel worthy enough to express yourself on the highest level. Because if you don't feel worthy, you'll say, no, they can do it at the Met Gala, but I can't. I can't wear it, or I can't get the hair, or I can't get the jewelry. I can't be dripping in the diamonds. Like you won't feel worthy of embodying that next level. Even if a person came up to you right now and said, anything you want to get, anything you want to wear, any way you want to express yourself, do it. If there's worthiness issues, that can get in the way. So when you really want to level up into your next style, into your next level of confidence, into your dream body, doing the inner work is everything. Doing the mindset work is everything. Doing the I am enoughness work is everything. Doing the I am worthy work is everything. And you don't shame the parts of you that felt unworthy. You don't shame the parts of you that didn't feel enough. Most of the time, those were also protective mechanisms. Maybe as a child, let's say if you were a straight A student and you were an overachiever, and you did all the sports, you got all the good grades, and everyone around you was like, yes, you were everything. You were so celebrate it in your family. Well, if that was you as a child, 8-year-old you could have interpreted that as, okay, well, the more I'm perfect, the more I am, doing all of the quote unquote external right things, the more I'm loved, the more I'm celebrated. Your body, your brain could have said, okay, well, that's what I need to do to be loved. I need to be perfect. I need to be celebrated. I need to, always get good grades. If you were the type that was like, okay, well, when you got a B, that was an issue, but when you got an A, that was cool. You could have said, okay, well, I'm not enough. I always got to be better. I always got to be perfect. I got to be perfect to be loved. I'm not enough. I'm not enough. And then you can externalize those things. And as a child, it might have worked in your favor in school and all of that. But once you get into your adult years, these things could really eat you up. It can eat you up. So you don't shame the parts of you that felt unworthy. You just got to dig a little bit deeper and ask yourself, well, where did this start? And almost hold it, like show love to it, hold it, and step into the truth that you are more than enough, and step into the truth that you are inherently worthy, and step into the truth that you are always safe and protected. So the more you do this inner work, the more your external will glow, the more like people will recognize you and look at you, because you're recognizing yourself. You're looking at yourself. You're recognizing your own truth. And also, I do have an ebook. It's called Divine Health, How to Look and Feel Your Hottest and Your Best Self. I love this ebook because I combine the external things like nutrition, fitness, making sure you're putting the right things inside of your body, the things that help me lose weight. Because in my weight loss journey, it wasn't hard. It wasn't like literally the pounds just like flew off. It wasn't hard. I wasn't checking my weight. I didn't even have a scale in my house at the time. When I wanted to weigh myself, it had to be at the gym or my parents' house. It was so easy. It was so easy. Weight loss doesn't have to be like this crazy struggle. And then I fell in love with Pilates. Like, let it be easy. So I combine all of those external things, but I also do the inner work. I talk about the affirmations. I talk about the mindset. I talk about the worthiness work. So if you want to step into your next level, definitely check out that ebook. But yeah, y'all, the glow up, the real glow up is 1,000% internal, as above, so below. So if you want to look your best, feel your best, look hot, feel hot, if you want to step into your next level flirty girl, hot girl life, of course, treat your body like a temple. Of course, do the nutrition, etc. But do the inner work. Because there are some people out there who are quote unquote your, like whatever you think is like the most beautiful you can get, but they still don't feel good. And it's like, at that point, is it worth it? So you want to feel good now inside your body. You want to feel safe now. You want to feel enough now. You want to feel worthy now. So I will see y'all in the next one, and have a good day.